a lot of you guys sent me the articles about this, and actually it was the girlfriend who was talking with me about this. And it's about this 11-year-old boy in, he's like Palo Alto, California. He's being asked to leave his school because he has the gene for cystic fibrosis. Doesn't have the disease, he just has the gene that allows for the mutation of cystic fibrosis in his system, meaning he could potentially have it someday. There is no guarantee he'll have it, but there's a chance that he can have it. And he's being asked to leave his school because there's another student there that does have cystic fibrosis. And the risk now is that people with cystic fibrosis or someone that has the gene for it can carry a harmful bacteria that can be extremely damaging to someone who has cystic fibrosis. So, out of just fear and total panic, they're asking the parents of this kid to take their kid from this school and go somewhere else. Folks, if this isn't pussification of this country, then I don't know what is. Now, I am all for the health and safety of children, but isn't this taking this a little bit too far? Now, hear me out for a second here, because yes, I do understand the risks of this kid potentially carrying that harmful bacteria, and I'll leave a link in the video description that better explains this, because I ain't a scientist. So anyways, there's the link in the video description that better explains this whole ordeal more than I can. The reason why I feel this is a pussification of this country is that this boy is basically being asked to alter his life because of information that was disclosed by his parents, information that didn't have to be disclosed, but that his parents disclosed this information, and he's being basically asked to uproot his life, be marked, scarred, however you want to see it as. Now he's being, basically his childhood life potentially being ruined, because now he's that kid with the disease. He's 11 years old. Do you know how cruel 10, 11-year-old kids can be? This kid is now marked. His name is known. It's released in the press. If he moves to another school, it's going to be like, oh God, there's that disease kid. Don't sit with him at the lunch table. Oh my God, I feel so bad for this little kid. And the remote chance of him giving someone this bacteria to another cystic fibrosis kid is so slim to none. Again, people need to understand this kid does not have the disease. He has the traits for the genetic mutation. He has the chance of getting this. There's people that have the genetic markers for cystic fibrosis, for testicular cancer, breast cancer, number of diseases out there that live happy and healthy lives, live past the age of 100, die from causes completely unrelated to what their genetic markers are. And this kid, all because his parents disclosed through either amniocentesis or some sort of testing to the child after his birth, that he runs a risk of having the potential for having cystic fibrosis at some point in his life. And again, in order for him to basically taint another person that has cystic fibrosis or become this disease risk of giving them that bacteria, they have to be in extreme intimate contact. I mean, they have to be like right up on each other. I mean, again, it would have to be just like, again, it's such a small chance is what I'm getting at, that this kid would even transmit anything. And here's the thing, and I don't hear anyone really addressing this. Say they move him to another school and say they find out someone else has cystic fibrosis at that school. Do they now have to say, oh, I'm sorry, you can't go to this school either? What if it gets to the point that every single school they bounce this 11-year-old kid to, someone has cystic fibrosis? What, is he going to be denied an education at that point? Oh, sorry, no, we got a cystic fibrosis kid at this school too. You can't come here, little boy. Sorry, you're just going to have to sit at home and just not get any education at all. Oh, I would love to see how the courts are going to rule as far as denying someone of a public education. And this thing really does need to go to the courts because it does need to be decided upon as to whether or not someone with such a just remote shot in the dark chance of getting someone who happens to have cystic fibrosis sicker is worth this boy basically having his life ruined. Again, think of how cruel these kids are going to be to him. He's going to be the little 11-year-old boy with the disease, even though he doesn't even have anything. Holy shit, I feel just so bad for this kid. And I mean, like, there's kids with weakened immune systems. Should we not allow kids that have a cold, and if they do come to school with a cold, be like, oh no, the parents should be held accountable for sending their child to school with a cold or with a flu. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe they just thought the kid had the sniffles, whatever. Again, pussification of America. The parents were just being honest, just laying all the cards on the table that they knew of, and this poor little kid is going to be treated as this little disease-ridden individual when he doesn't even have anything. Jesus Christ, America, stop fucking panicking with situations like this. Let the kid go to school. Keep him distanced away. Just make sure the teachers know which kids have cystic fibrosis and this kid. Just make sure they're not work their schedules around. If you want to be that panicked, just do whatever you gotta do. Why label this kid? Why just cause this kid to be an outcast? Holy shit. Again, thank you for all you guys that alerted me to this, because this is just pussification of this country. It's just being so hyper-reactive to something that does not need hyper-reaction to. Have a great day, everyone.